Hey everyone, welcome to this session on React today. We will dive into JSX and how React render elements. If you are new to React, don't worry, I will break it down step by step. So let's get started. So first of all, what is JSX? JSX stands for JavaScript XML. It lets us write HTML-like syntax inside JavaScript. It's look like HTML but works within JavaScript, making React component easier to create and manage. So why use JSX? It's easier to read and write. It's look just like HTML. And then efficient, it's optimized performance. JSX compiles into efficient JavaScript code. And the security, it's JSX present injections attack by escaping embedded values automatically. Now here is the JSX syntax rules. Now the first rule is a JSX must have one parent element. JSX element should always be wrapped inside a single parent element. Let's look at an example here. Now you can see here we have return, we have div, we have hello, and here we have a welcome to React. Now first of all, we open our Visual Studio Code here. Now we open our terminal. Now here we use a CD for I'm using of my first project here. So we use my first. Now I am inside my first project. Now here we use npm start. Now you can see here is our React project. Now you can see here we have a function app, and here we return a div, class name, app header, app logo, edit. Now we comment this return. And we save this. Now you can see here we don't have anything in our browser. I can see. Now let's take some code here. Now we copy this code and paste it here. Now we save this. Now you can see here hello and welcome to React. Now if we take here h1, now we save this. I can see here is our title hello, and here is a paragraph. Now here is the div acts as a wrapper, but if you don't want extra div in your HTML, now you can use a fragment, a React fragment here. Now like this. Now we copy this and we paste it here. Save this. Now you see it's give me a same result. And check in an inspect element. Now you can see here we have a body, here we have a, now you can see here we have a hello and welcome to React. Now if we use here div, now you can see here we have another div element. Inside the div it's give me a paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. Now why we use a fragment? So first of all, it doesn't add extra elements to the element to the DOM, keeps its HTML structure is clean. Now here is the second rule. I use class name instead of class. I can see here we use a in HTML we use a class, so in a JSX we use a class name here equals to heading. Now you can see inside the h1 we have a hello React. Third is a self closing tag. So elements like image, input and br must be self close. Now you can see here we use a self close element like this, self close. Now the rule number 4 is you can insert a JavaScript variable inside JSX using curly braces. Now I can see here we have a constant name John, and here we have a constant element equals to h1. Now we copy this constant here. Here we use name. Now we save this. Now you can see here we have welcome to John. It's JSX evaluate the expression and replace and with John in the final output. Now the next is rendering elements in React. React renders elements using the create root function and the render method. Here is the steps to render elements. It's the first one is to find the root element. Every React app needs a root HTML elements where it will display. This is usually a div id equals to root in index.html. Now you can see here is the body, and here we have a div id equals to root. Now where is it is now you can see here we have a public folder here. Inside the public folder we have index.html here. You can see here we have a div id root. Now the second one is a rendering an element. So here is the step to render an element. Select the root element using JavaScript here. I can see a render JSX inside React DOM. Now you can see here we have a import React from React. Now here we import React DOM from React DOM client. Now if you notice we have here index.js. Now you can see here we have a root file. First of all we comment this. Now here we save this. Now you can see it show nothing. Now we use a render constant root. So first of all we copy this code here and paste it here. Now you can see here we use a constant root react dom create root document dot get element by id. Here we use a root. First of all we fix these spots. Now you can see here we use a root dot render, and inside the root dot render we use a hello react h1. Now we save this code. Now you can see in a browser it's give me a hello react, which we put it in here hello react, so it's render properly. And the second is rendering multiple elements. To render multiple elements, wrap them in a parent container or use a fragment. We use a fragment directly here. I can see we have a constant element fragments, and inside the fragments we have h1, and here we use a paragraph tag, and here we use a root dot render, and we use this element here. Now we copy this code, paste it here, and we remove this root dot render. Now we save this. Now you can see we have a title and this is a paragraph. We use a fragment here. Now it's avoid extra div elements in the DOM. Now you can see here if we use a Amir here. You can see here we have Amir Sheikh and this is a paragraph. Now here we use a multiple paragraph. We save this. Now you can see here we have a multiple paragraph here. Now the next is conditional rendering in JSX. Sometimes we want to show different content based on conditions. We can do this using the ternary operator or a logical operator. Here is the examples. Now you can use a conditional statement here. Now here we use the ternary operator. Now you can see here we use a constant in login in equals to true, and here we use a constant element equals to h1. Here we use is log in, and here we use a welcome back, and here we use a please log in. Now you can see here we have a we create a constant root which have react dom dot create root, and here we use a document get element by id root, and here we render a root like element. Now we copy this code here, now we paste in our code editor. Now we save this code. Now you can see here we have a welcome pack. Now you can see here we use a, if it's login it's give me a welcome back, and it's if it's a false, now you can see it's give me a this. Now if we here we put it a false value, now you can see here it's give me a please login. So if is login is true, it show welcome back, otherwise please login. Alternatively, now you can see here how we use a if statement in JSX. Now we copy this code here and paste it here. Now we save this, and now you can see here it's give me a welcome pack. And if we here we use a false value, now you can see after this save, you can see it's give me a please login. Now here we have a condition if statement in JSX. Now we using a if statement before JSX. Now here we use a we define our variables and assign JSX elements based on a condition. Now you can see here we have constant is member equals to true. Then let's greeting if is member greeting this, and else greeting like please sign up. And here we use a constant root. Now we copy this code and paste it in our code editor. Now is member is true. Now so it's give me a welcome member. Now you can see here if you see welcome member. Now here we use Amir. Now you can see just give me a welcome Amir, and here we use false value. Now you can see what is the output. Just give me a please sign up. Now the next is a ternary operator. You can see here we have a ternary operator to handle some simple condition directly inside JSX. Now we copy this code and paste it here. Now you can see here we have a constant is admin equals to false, constant message is admin or a admin panel, and a user dashboard. So if it's false, now it's give me a user dashboard first. Now you can see we save this, and here you can see user dashboard. Now if we here we write a true and save this, now it's give me admin panel. Now the next is using logical and operator. So here we define a message before rendering. Now you can see if you only do to render something when a condition is true, use and. So we copy this code here, paste it here. You can see here what we have a has message equals to true, and here we use a constant. Here we use a notification fragment. Now you can see here is the fragment and here inside the fragment we use h1, and we have message has a message like a notification, you have a new message. Now here we use a render. Now here we use a notification which we created here. Now we save this. Now you can see here what we have welcome, you have a new message. If we put it here has we have no message, here we use a false. Now what is here our output? I can see here it's only give me a welcome and not give me a notification. Why? Because we don't have any notification here. Let's compare JSX with regular JavaScript. So first a feature here, and here is a JSX and here is a JavaScript. Now I can see in the syntax JSX like HTML, and in a JavaScript it's a pure JavaScript, And the next feature is the readability. JSX is easier and JavaScript is harder. Then the third feature is performance. JSX is optimized and JavaScript is requires manual DOM updates. So we have covered JSX rendering, elements and condition rendering in React. JSX makes React development more intuitive by allowing us to write HTML-like syntax inside JavaScript. Mastering JSX will help you build dynamic and interactive application with React. If you have any question, feel free to ask in the comment. Keep smiling and happy coding. Thank you.